Good morning, everybody. Today I'm just going to talk to you about some helpful hints that might help you when it comes to baking, since I love to bake. And I just want to share with you some of them from the books that I use. Like I said yesterday when I made my chocolate chip cookies, usually I don't measure like the some of the items because I just put in what I feel would taste good to me, and usually I'm eating it as I'm making so I can see how it tastes, especially when I'm cooking on the stove, not baking. But let's get on. Let's get on with it. Some helpful hints. I'm going to read from the book here so you can see what I'm talking about. It says to add flavor to tea by dissolving old-fashioned lemon drops and hard candy mints, and then it'll melt into the hot tea and flavor it. I never thought of that, so that's one thing I can try too. Make your own spiced tea and cider. Add orange peels. Add orange peels, whole cloves, and cinnamon sticks, and 6-inch square pieces of cheesecloth, and gather it in corners and tie it with a string, and steep the hot cider in hot cider or tea for 10 minutes, and steep longer if you want a more strong flavor. Always chill juices and sodas before adding them to beverages. I never did that. I just pour them in. So, hey, I learned something. Maybe it just brings out the flavor more. Let's see here. Calorie-free soda. Add sparkle and ice fruit juice, and reduces calories per portions. Wow, that's something I could use because I'm trying to lose. How about you? You need to lose? Maybe I should focus completely on things for helping me lose weight. But we'll see. As long as the weather's bad, I'm going to be doing indoor stuff anyhow. So we'll see. To cool your punch, float the ice ring made with punch rather than ice cubes. It appears more decorative and prevents diluting and does not melt as quickly. Place fresh and dried mints in the bottom of the cup of hot cocoa for a cool and refreshing taste. Now, I use my essential oils. I use Young Living essential oils. So if I want peppermint, I just put a drop. And if that's too strong, the next time I just stick my toothpick into the bottle and then put that in there, because peppermint oil is very strong. But you can do it however you want. Let's see here. When making fresh lemonade and orange juice, or lemon yields about 1/4 cup juice, while your orange yields are about 1/3 cup juice. I didn't know that. How many appetizers would you prepare? Allow 4 to 6 appetizers per guest in a meal quickly follows. If the late meal is planned, allow 6 to 8 appetizers per guest. If no meal follows, allow 8 to 10 per guest. Wow, that's kind of nice. I don't really use appetizers though. We just eat. But for if you're gonna have a fancy meal, Thanksgiving or Christmas, that'd be a great thing to try to do. To keep your appetizers hot, make sure you have enough space in the warmer plates and maintain their temperature. That's a little bit there for you. I'm going to get some more on this other page here. It says, if you're cooking in a slow cooker, like a pot roast, it takes 8 to 12 hours if you put it on low to be properly cooked, and 4 to 5 hours if you cook it on high. And stew is 10 to 12 hours on low, 4 to 5 hours on high. Ribs, 6 to 8 hours on low. Swiss steak, 8 to 10 hours on low. Casseroles, 4 to 10 hours on low, or 2 to 4 hours on high, stirring occasionally. You don't want them to stick. Rice, 5 to 9 hours on low or 2 to 3 hours on high. Meatloaf, I've never did meatloaf in a slow cooker. Maybe I should try some. See, these things are teaching me some things to help me too. 8 to 9 hours on low. Chicken, 7 to 9 hours on low or 3 to 4 hours on high. Depends on if you're in a hurry, I guess. Vegetables, 2 to 4 hours on low with liquid added. Baked potato, 8 to 10 hours on low. I've never did baked potatoes in the slow cooker either. I always do them in the microwave. Or punch holes in them when I'm wanting to, and then take about an hour in the oven. Let's see. Oven and slow cooker convention times, 15 to 30 minutes for slow in the oven, and then in the slow cooker is 1.5 to 2.5 hours on high. And contents from the cans, like if you go in this grocery store and you're buying a can of vegetables, let's say the can is a number 10 can, those big ones. There are 13 cups inside there. A number 5 can is 7 cups. A number 3 can is 4.25 cups. Number 2.5 can is 3.5 cups. And number 2 can is 2.5 cups. This is a lot of information, so you might want to write it down. A number 1 tall is 2 cups. Number 303 is 2 cups. Number 300 is 1 3/4 cups. Number 211 is 1.5 cups. A picnic is 1 1/4 cups. And a half a cup or 8-ounce can is 1 cup. But I never heard any of these. I've heard of the number 10 can. That's about it. The rest of them I've never heard of. So, but I don't buy a number 10 can unless I'm making a big thingy for a whole bunch of people. Did you know how to make homemade baking powder? You can take cream of tartar, baking soda, and cornstarch. And you want equal amounts of the baking soda and twice the amount of the cornstarch. Cornstarch. Equals amount of baking soda and twice the amount of the cream of tartar. So you want baking soda and the cream and cornstarch mixed together, same amount, and then twice the amount of the cream of tartar, and you have your own baking powder, and it lasts longer than the baking powder that you buy at the store. You know how to make homemade vanilla? You take your vanilla beans when you buy them at the store, if you can find them. Split them in half, put them in a jar, and fill it with vodka, and just let it sit there until it's brown, and then you'll have your vanilla, which will last a long time. And another thing is really good. It like if you're gonna bake, you want your eggs at room temperature because it's a lot easier for the mix. And if you're going to use raisins when you're cooking, you want to take and soak them in warm water for like 10 minutes, and that makes them all plump, really plump and juicy. And then just dap them with a paper towel or something before you put them in your mix. I don't know if that's any good for you for information on things, but I just thought I'd share something like that so you can know a little bit. You might even already know all that. But I'm going to do the vanilla. I just got to buy some vodka because I'm going to be using vodka for all kinds of things in my garden this next year. Because I'm going to take lemon balm when I grow it and dry them out and then fill up my jar and then fill up the jar with vodka. And that's some type of tonic that you use for sore throats and things. You have to strain the leaves out later. Then you use that like cough syrup, homemade. Anyway, more information on these kind of things as we go along, as long as YouTube stays on and not gets closed down or whatever, I'll be on here. So if you like this, comment below with a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't. If you just want to continue just watching, that's fine too. The views are fine. I don't mind, but I'd like to have some comments. I can comment back to you, you know. It's more funner to know that someone's interested by saying something to me or giving me a thumbs up than just watching it. But it's okay. Share with your friends and with your enemies too. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Ta-ta for now.